I think people compare themselves so much and they think exercise is the only way to lose weight. And they think if they're not exercising, they're never going to be able to see results in the gym, but it's certainly not the case. What you eat is 95% of the weight loss equation, and everyone knows it deep down, but no one wants to believe it.
Want to learn how to make healthy eating unbelievably easy? We're here with certified nutrition coach, HealthWithHunter, to learn more. So Hunter, let's first talk about the importance of choosing foods that energize you and support you.
So choosing foods, building your meals and snacks around foods or products, whether it's like a smoothie or a yogurt, because not everything's on a plate. I don't love to use that analogy. That support you is so important. You want to build your food around a protein base, and protein is going to give you all the amino acids you need to build muscle, and protein, believe it or not, takes the longest amount of time for your body to break down. It takes a lot longer to break down protein than it takes for fats or carbs or fiber. So the more protein you eat, the longer you're going to be full for. It's really important for your energy levels and overall satiety. And I think people stress so much about what they should be eating, whereas you have to stress also, not stress, but you have to worry about foods that you should be eating that you also enjoy. Like, I don't like tuna, but if I know tuna is a great lean source of protein, do I need to eat tuna every meal? Absolutely not. That goes back to bio-individuality. There's no one size fits all to nutrition or health as a whole. And making sure that you're eating foods that you enjoy, but are also nutrient dense for you is so important for not only your energy levels, but also just for your own satisfaction.
Yeah, and I mean, look, before you hop in for a second, I just want to add that, with my own personal journey, I always said, okay, if somebody wants to eat better, they don't have to stop eating the foods they like. They just have to find ways to make those meals healthy.
Exactly, and build your meals around nutrient-dense sources, and then you could always add in, it's called crowding out that method, where if you're craving a cookie with your lunch, let's say you're having a turkey sandwich on a bread with berries and vegetables on the side. You could still have that cookie, but instead of just eating that one food that might be more processed or more unhealthy for you, build your meal around that. So have the cookie on the side of your plate, and then also build yourself a nutrient-dense meal so that you're not restricting yourself from the cookie, but you're building an actual meal or a snack around it so that you don't feel deprived, you're not gonna be hungry right after the cookie, and you're gonna feel good, and you're still gonna be satisfied from that one cookie.
So I can have a cookie?
You can.
Yes!
One of the main things of how processed foods impact your life is nutritional deficiencies. Walk us and the people watching through it.
Yes, so nutritional deficiencies are certainly one of the biggest issues, especially in America compared to other countries and places around the world. I see time and time again through clients or my own personal experiences that people are relying so much on processed foods in bags, which they're not all a bad thing, but they're using those as Band-Aids, and they're not fully going to the actual meals that they should be eating and the nutrients in those meals, and they're just going to processed foods for convenience. And those processed foods, we all eat them every day. Almost everything is processed, but to what extent? And ingredients and quality of food matter so much to me. And I know that when you are deficient in certain nutrients, whether it's a vitamin or a mineral or protein for that matter, one of the most important things that we eat every single day, our bodies don't work properly, and it could definitely lead to other downfalls within our body.
So, because before I started watching you and following your content, I was never looking at the back of ingredients. Yeah. And now since I've watched your content, I go and I'm in the grocery store and I'm looking and reading the ingredients. So for people who don't know, what's a good rule of thumb for when reading the back of ingredients?
Absolutely. So I think the fewer ingredients, the better for the most part. Of course, there are some amazing supplements and powdered drinks and protein powders that are incredible and might have more than 10 ingredients, but it's always quality over quantity for me. I used to be 50 pounds heavier than I am now.
50 or 50?
50, 50.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
In college, and that's when I didn't know anything about food. I would look for things that I liked that were the most processed because that's what I was literally addicted to. And it wasn't until COVID started March of 2020 when I started actually caring about what I was putting into my body, but I still didn't have a big focus on ingredients. And then I was losing weight, but I didn't feel good. And I still had terrible acne, I had terrible bloating, but the scale weight was going down and I just didn't know why. I started reading more books and podcasts, which is how I get a lot of my information from podcasts like this one. And I started learning from nutritionists, dietitians, other health coaches, like how to eat in order to feel good. Because when you feel good, you look good, you know? Like the number on the scale, that's really irrelevant to me because you could be 50 pounds heavier with all muscle and you'll feel amazing. And like, you're not gonna wanna just be lean and skinny, you know? You wanna be strong and feel good.
Right.
So going through nutrition courses online, how I became a certified health coach, I learned about what to look for on a nutrition label and how every single ingredient is interpreted by our body. And when things are crazy or extremely processed, or they're made using hexane, like seed oils are sometimes, our bodies don't like that. And it contributes to blemishes on your skin or a lot of bloating or inflammation and other problems down the road.
So we were just talking about this before we started, and like low energy levels and when you don't eat and all these kind of things. And I'm sitting here telling you that I haven't eaten all day, which speaking to you is probably not the smartest thing. But let's talk about the low energy levels and why you get there and how do you get out of that?
So I'm obsessed with that question because yesterday I was talking to my friend who's also a health coach's mom, because sometimes you always hear like sometimes kids don't listen to their own parents, but sometimes parents don't listen to their kids too. Which I think is really interesting because she eats oatmeal for breakfast and she has 12 grams of protein all day. And she tells me that her energy is terrible. So just by me helping her, even if it's going from something like having a few more eggs or adding some Greek yogurt, the main thing is protein combined with fiber-filled carbohydrates and also healthy fats. The three trio in every meal, protein, fiber, healthy fats, is going to lead to more satiety and more energy levels. And so many people think that carbs are our body's main source of energy, which they are. But what types of carbs are you eating?
Right.
You know, if you're just eating oatmeal, you're gonna feel sluggish and starving 30 minutes later. Whereas if you're eating oatmeal, maybe mixed with some protein powder and berries for more fiber and antioxidants and some another type of protein like Greek yogurt or bacon or sausage, whatever it is, we are going to be so much fuller and we're gonna be more vibrant and have more energy throughout the day. So skipping protein is one of the most underrated, one of the most things that I see so often in the health community and with my clients that I try to help them with.
Everybody looks on social media. Everybody's trying to see the best version of themselves, right? Or the hourglass figure, right? Now we're shifting this appearance we're shifting the equation from appearance to your health and your food choices. How do we convey those messages?
So I think everyone knows it, but no one wants to believe it, that what you see online, the amount of filters and face tuning and editing, it is endless. So again, going back to only compare yourself to the old version of you, whether it's physical, your actual appearance, or mentally, you can't compare your body to people's bodies online. And it's so sad because I see it every day with some of my best friends comparing themselves to people and sending me saying, what do you think this person eats? And I'm like, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Like they could have a really big eating issue. You don't know what goes on. So social media is not reality. I mean, I love to use social media for good, and I use social media for good to help others with health tips, providing swaps to their favorite foods to help them feel good and just spread positivity and good messages, just like you guys do. And I think people compare themselves so much and they think exercise is the only way to lose weight. And they think if they're not exercising, they're never going to be able to see results in the gym, but it's certainly not the case. What you eat is 95% of the weight loss equation, and everyone knows it deep down, but no one wants to believe it. They could be drinking 900 calories of sugary cocktails, and they could be eating Domino's pizza at 3 in the morning, and then they wonder why they attribute their weight gain to the lack of exercise when they really need to look at what they're putting in their mouth.
It's so funny because when I work out at a place which I will not name, and I say it to my wife and to the trainers there all the time. It's like I've seen these women and men there that are like, they've been there 500, 600 classes, and they're still like, whatever. And I'm like, I don't understand it. And my wife used to be a trainer, and she's like, it's because they're working out, but then they're going to eat. And they're eating whatever they want because they think
counterintuitive.
Yeah, so it's like it really just offsets everything.
You could eat 500 calories of peanut butter in 30 seconds, but it will take you hours upon hours upon hours to burn off those 500 calories.
Right.
So if you control your diet and you control what you're putting in your mouth, of course, caring about exercise is so important. I'm not anti-exercise. I exercise 4 to 5 times a week, but having a sustainable and good structure with your exercise is so important, but your diet is, I can't stress it enough.
So Hunter, I got to go eat now, right? I'm starving. So, no, but this has been incredible. Can you look into the camera, tell everybody, where they can find you, what, your quick message?
Absolutely. So my slogan is Health Made Simple. HMS, those are my initials. And I really try to make health simple for you and everyone who sees my account. So I'm at HealthWithHunter on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And I post content every single day on my stories, through Instagram Reels, meal ideas, meal inspiration, just to help people bring more fun and excitement into their meals so that they could feel good and also look good.
And tell people quickly about the health swap guide that you have on your website and the importance of that.
Yes, so I'm all about simple swaps to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle. If you love cookies, stop buying this cookie and get this cookie. If you use this body wash, I go into things that aren't even food related, just like because the toxins in our house, they're such simple swaps and people think it's so expensive when it's really not in the grand scheme of things. I have a simple swap guide and I also have a kids product guide. A lot of parents tell me that they don't know how to feed their kid or what snacks to give their kids for school. I have it all on my website. I think it's healthwithhunter.shop. It's in my Instagram bio. So it's amazing. They're $20 or $25, depending on what time of month or year it is. And it's an amazing way for parents and also anyone to introduce healthy swaps to their life or their kid's life or any loved one's life in such a simple way. Buy this instead of this at the grocery store and you'll feel so much better because of the ingredients and how they make you feel.
I love that. I'm actually going to
I'll send it to you guys.
I'm going to do that tonight.
Thank you.
I got
you. Didn't
you.
need to.
So eating healthy is really easy. You just got to pay attention.
It is. Right? It's easy once you find what works for you. And one more thing on that, people love to think that they need to eat a different meal every single day. They can never repeat the same meals. I tell my clients to focus on structure with flexibility. You like chicken and you like broccoli and you like steak and you also know you like potatoes. Just switch up what seasonings you're using. Switch up the side. Switch up the protein. Just keep your meals simple and your health will be simple.
Health with Hunter. I learned a lot today. I'm so excited. Please leave us your comments, subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you think. This is Misunderstood.